word gets out, oh, she's doing it, I can do it, like, you know. And it's a small world, but it's the ones that are there. We're all like, we communicate, like I'm meeting new people all the time. It's great.
It's awesome.
But I think it's a bit easier now than what it was, because when you come in, people understand, sure, you're still going to get yelled at and you're still like, but that's never going to change, no matter if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah.
It's just...
Welcome to the show. We have Felisha Lainley here from TMC Masonry, the good old wonderful TMC Masonry.
Yes.
So welcome to the show. It's an honor to have you here.
It's an honor to be here.
Oh, okay. No, honestly, Felisha, I know you drove in from Kitchener, correct?
Correct.
And the studio is not very close to Kitchener, so thank you for making that drive and being a part of the show.
I would drive an hour for you, Tyler.
Thank you so much. Now, Felisha's a foreman with TMC Masonry. She's been killing it. Great leader, excellent at managing employees. Felisha and I have known each other for about 13 years now, right?
Yep, 13.
13 long years.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
So
just getting started.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's been a pleasure working with her, alongside her as an employee myself, and now as a business owner. It's been amazing. So as you know, we like to start off the show with a very powerful question, and that is, what does blue collar mean to you?
Well, blue collar to me means, one, being very passionate about what you do. And second is waking up every morning with a driven mind and wanting to work super hard. And you know it's going to be tough and it's going to be hard, but you make the best of it and you just keep pushing through, and it makes it all the worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what blue collar means to me, is just hardworking.
Hell yeah.
Very hardworking.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And that really, it's because we're literally going to war every day.
Yeah.
We're going to war. We're hitting the battlegrounds. We're dealing with all the elements. We're working with rather heavy materials, whether it's brick, block, stone, precast, we're putting in the grind every day. And
Definitely.
I do respect you for being a part of the trades as well, because not many women are. And I know now, I feel like more are kind of coming into the trades.
Yes.
I've been noticing. So I have so much respect for you, Felisha.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing that answer.
Of course.
As you're aware, I went to, last year with Peyton, I went to Ontario Skill Trades in Toronto.
I do remember that.
And there was a big section that was just to do with women in trades.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was cool. That's where I met a lot of women.
Yes.
Electricians, plumbers, HVAC, excavation.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, there is a lot of women who have been welcomed into the trade.
it's
Not
great.
just welcome, they just enter and they fucking give it their all.
Oh, yeah.
They do exactly what you're doing now.
Yes, but just in all different aspects of trades.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's sweet.
So how was it for you entering the industry? Because you, 13 years ago, roughly, how old were you when you got in?
Grade 12, so I was 17.
17 years old. So how was it for you as a woman entering the industry? Especially that long ago, there wasn't.
No.
Because I remember when we started and I got on the job site and we were working for a larger outfit.
Yep.
And I seen you walking on site and you were literally amongst, because our foreman was also a woman,
Yes.
Lori, shout out.
Shout out to Lori.
Yeah. So she was the first one that I've ever seen. First
Yeah.
woman in the trades, and then I seen you.
Yes.
So literally, first job site with that large outfit, working alongside two women. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But how was it for you? Sorry.
Honestly, no, it's fine. It was very intimidating because, one, I go in not knowing a clue about masonry. So my co-op teacher was actually the one that got me into it, and I had no idea what it was. So I just got into it not knowing a thing about it. And it's a big company. Like when I first went in there, I was like, okay, this is very intimidating because there's all men. Everyone knows what they're doing. I have no clue. And I'm like $115 in weight. Like I am the stick. But as it kept going, honestly, like it got better. Like everybody kind of seen me that I had that drive. It took a while to get there because it's not easy just going from, masonry is a tough job. It's very tough. And
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but it was super intimidating. But it got better. Mm-hmm. It really did. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think a lot of the men on that site, ended up learning to respect you anyways.
Yes.
For actually jumping into it.
Yeah.
And excelling really quick. So, and just like you mentioned, 115 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like how much does a fucking plank weigh? Like, you know what I mean? Like everything we do is heavy. Everything we do is heavy.
And on that building we were on, we had to carry buckets of mud
was
upstairs.
the Rim Park building. Yeah.
And it was a lot of, I was dead. I would go home, I would just sleep.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was dead.
So, and that's the thing too, like you jumped in commercial projects.
Yeah.
You didn't even get your feet wet with residential. You jumped in commercial because we were doing the Rim Park buildings.
And then ICF.
And we were on fucking climbers.
Yep.
Like, so when I first seen climbers, I was like, holy shit. Like we're going up there. And then I got comfortable with it. Now I love hydraulic elevator working platforms. But regardless, you didn't even see conventional scaffold or anything.
Nothing.
Boom, you come on that job site, climbers.
Yeah, it was
huge
terrifying.
job site, big building. Like,
very intimidating.
How was that? That's like,
it was exciting because I'm like, where is this going to lead me? Because I had no idea what my future was going to be. That wasn't my plan. And then I just ended up staying with them, and it was awesome. But it was all Portuguese, all Italians. I got yelled at quite a bit, and I was like, one of these days I'm going to thrive, and I want to become better than you. You're treating me like this, I'm going to come 10 times better and more humble.
I'm going to show you.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
And here we are. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Tell me, how did that conversation look like with your co-op teacher?
I had no idea. So like I was literally just sitting in a room like this with him, and I was asking him all these questions about it. He's like, because first it was going to be military, because I went to work in the auto mechanics in the military. That was more my forte at the time. And then they couldn't do that for me, of course. Like I had auto, but they couldn't do anything with infantry. And then, he asked me, he's like, what about masonry? And I was like, I have no idea what masonry is. And then, so I got into co-op, tried it. I ended up, like I said, it was hard, but I ended up falling in love with it. I was just something with working with your hands and, you know, just taking pride in what you do.
Yeah.
And then just the opportunity to grow. Because sometimes you can't really have the opportunity to grow in you can grow in all trades, but you could thrive in masonry.
Absolutely.
Right? And then I saw that and I was like, okay, there's this, there's that, there's commercial, there's residential, there's custom, there's all kinds. And I was excited for all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, at the end of it, she came, took pictures, videos. I'm all over St. David's School. Like
That's
there's
amazing.
posters and stuff.
You're a hero.
Yeah, women in trades. Woo.
That's amazing.
But no, it was
good for you.
It was good. Yeah, it was scary, but
dope.
I'm so glad I stuck to it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So from that whole conversation, that led you to co-op.
Mm-hmm.
So you jumped in, not even making any money or anything, right? Because,
Actually,
or were you?
I
How
was
does
the
that
only
work? Because usually co-op, it's like volunteer, isn't it?
You don't get paid, but they paid me, and the students hated me because I was the only one. Because it's a hard
Lucky.
job, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not just going into an office or doing like cosmetology. You know what I mean? Like, I was busting my ass off for it, right?
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, $10
I thought like
but
you were doing that. Who cares?
It was better than nothing.
Co-op is
nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
experience. That's
Other
it.
than experience.
Yeah, but they paid me. Yeah.
So during co-op, because this is many years ago.
Yes.
And I'm just trying to remember. I do remember you walking on site, that's for sure. But did they put you on the wall? Like, what were your tasks as a co-op student entering the industry?
So my tasks were just pretty much laboring. So just like the bus girl, like just bring bricks, learn how to use the saw. Just bring mud, blocks, lots of blocks.
Of course.
And then, just basically follow around and just kind of learn and pick up things. But it wasn't too crazy, like it would be in residential, like where it's like mud, bricks, this, that. It's like, it was more laid back. But when my co-op teacher did come, because they had to make like certain stops, come check out how you're doing and stuff, she videotaped me and I got to lay a couple bricks. They were god awful. Oh my gosh. But it was just so cool to be on a video, like showing that like I'm like laying some bricks and this and that. But it was a cool experience.
That's awesome.
It took after Kepler to be on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you labored.
I 4 years straight. Yeah.
Okay.
ICF.
But but super beneficial to
Very.
understand what's happening on the other side of the planks that a bricklayer would be working on, the organization and all that, because then you have great communication with the laborers.
I think
when you do become that mason.
Yep. I really do think that everybody who lays brick should have the background of labor experience to understand.
Agreed.
I do.
100%.
Yeah.
So then after that, so what grade were you in?
12.
You were
final
grade
year.
12. So you finished your co-op, finished high school, and then tell me how that looked after.
Well, when I was finally done with my co-op, I had a conversation with some of the guys in like where we used to work, and they wanted to offer me a job with the union.
Right on.
And I didn't look back at what I was going to do before. I'm like, you know what? You get an opportunity, just take it. So I took it, and yeah, so then 4 years went by, and then I ended up going with another company, and then here I am now. But
Sweet.
yeah, it was
That's awesome.
quite the journey, but
Yeah.
it's humbling, right? Like
Yeah.
it made me who I am, and I got to learn a lot of stuff, and I'm still learning. We're all learning.
Yeah.
This is
But you
just-
are definitely one tough cookie.
Oh, I can be. We're cut from a different cloth, but
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. But you did go through trade school? Like
Correct.
after high school, you went to trade school, correct?
yes. So I worked, I think, a year with the company we were at, and then I did 1 year, the first year of masonry school through them, and then when I left Kapler, I went to my other company, and then I did my last 2 years there.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think I
Awesome.
graduated in 2015,
Yeah.
16, one of them.
It's levels, correct? Is it like level 1, level 2?
2 and 3, and then Red Seal.
Okay, and then it's
Yeah.
Red Seal.
But it's 2 months a year, and then like if I go to school, it's for 2 months, and then you take a year off to get more experience, and then you start level 2.
Okay, so it's similar to OMTC. We had another guest on. We were talking about the
thing.
Ontario
Yeah.
Mississauga trades,
Yep.
whatever. That's
Mississauga school, yeah.
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 Similar.
Same thing.
So 8 weeks
Yep.
school
Year.
and then okay.
Experience, get the hours in, because you need the hours, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And you need that field work.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
not just all about the books.
Man, when I went to the first year of school, because I was with like a commercial company, we did ICF. I had no idea how to labor. I didn't even know how to spread mortar.
Yeah.
My wrist cramped
So you were laboring mostly for the ICF?
all the time. Yeah. It was
I love
blocks.
how that happened.
It
Eh?
was just blocks.
So many masons, skilled masons,
Yeah.
who are just playing with styrofoam blocks.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
was
know.
nuts,
I
but
definitely was a part of that. And it was kind of cool. It was different.
Very.
But then it became very repetitive.
It's-
And
yeah.
especially for yourself, you wanted to be on the tools. You wanted to be doing the masonry side of things,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So I'm sure
Yeah.
that was challenging for you, no? Like,
Very, yeah.
Seeing all the other masons doing like either the block demising walls or,
Yeah.
because after the structure was up, all the ICF was done.
Veneer.
We'd do the veneer. Like that must have been kind of tough for you to watch other masons
Yeah.
doing exactly what you want to be doing, no?
At the time, it was very, because I didn't really understand how like the whole trades thing works. I was still new to everything, but I was just kind of happy to have a job and have, because like our trade's good, like the pay is great. Like I was just happy to have the job, but I was kind of like just there. But then as the years went on, I was kind of like, hey, like I want to try this. And then by the time that happened, I didn't work with that company anymore. And then I had the opportunity to get on the wall.
Love it.
Yeah. But
That's
it
awesome.
was, at the time, I just didn't really think anything of it. Like, oh, I should be there.
Yeah.
It was just more or less like, I have a job, just do it, learn it. And then when the time comes, it'll come.
And I'm sure you were very observant throughout that time at the larger outfit
Yes.
where you're watching other people and taking mental notes.
Yes.
Because you knew when it's time to become that mason, you're going to have all these mental notes here that you can refer back to. And that's what helped you excel even quicker, I'm sure,
100%,
right?
Yeah. What to do and what not to do.
Right.
What not to do, I learned really quick.
Yeah.
I didn't want everyone
doubt.
yelling at me.
So then when you moved to the next outfit, that's kind of where
Yeah.
you were on the wall, like
Yes.
like putting in the hours on the wall.
First year, roughly, laboring. I respect that because
Yep.
you got to earn your stripes, right?
Yep.
Like you got to see, you got to understand.
that.
And then you slowly start trickling in. And then, and then I slowly started trickling in. And then I got taken under the wing and I'm very happy with that. And I learned a lot
Yeah.
by a lot of good guys. Yeah.
And did you had some mentors, essentially some coaches that you could kind of work with? Like,
Definitely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys that took me under their wing. Not a lot, but at least a good 4 or 5. And I'm very grateful for them
no,
because they made me the skilled mason I am now.
and that's important.
Yeah.
Is having coaches in
Yes,
life.
yeah.
Whatever you do, whether you're a mason, even like business coaches, it doesn't matter.
Anything.
Like life coaches, they're
Yeah.
everywhere. And I think it's essential to have those people in your life to obviously access all the information they have, right?
Exactly.
So, how would you say it is now after all those years? How would you say it is now being a woman in the industry?
I'd say now it's probably a little bit less difficult. I think because women are now starting to open up and become more. It's not, of course, it's a man's world, like it's always has been with construction, but
Yeah.
now it's like times have changed and
course.
women are starting to be like more, okay, you know what? If a guy can do it, I can do it. And I love that. And so I think they're starting to dip their toes more in it. And then the word gets out, oh, she's doing it, I can do it, like, you know. And it's a small world,
Yeah.
but it's the ones that are there. We're all like, we communicate, like I'm meeting new people all the time. It's great.
It's awesome.
But I think it's a bit easier now than what it was, because when you come in, people understand, sure, you're still going to get yelled at and you're still like, but that's never going to change, no matter if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah.
It's just trades, right? And you got to learn. And I think it's a bit easier than what it used to be, to answer that. But.
And, touching on that, like, you're a damn inspiration to many women.
Thank you.
And you might not even know some of the women that are looking at you doing what you're doing, because obviously we create a lot of content at TMC Masonry. We have a lot of eyeballs on us, and you are in a lot of those videos.
Yes.
So you got to understand, you are an inspiration to many women who will be coming into the trades that you don't even necessarily know.
Yeah, not yet.
So kudos to that. So much respect to you for being that person, for being that woman.
Thank you.
Now, sorry, excuse me. Being in those videos and stuff, I'm sure people have been reaching out to you.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah. Not like a
because we were just in a preliminary conversation there. You mentioned there's another girl.
Yep.
Shout out. It's TK.
Oh my goodness.
Eddie, what is it?
TKR.
TKR Masonry. Taylor, right?
Taylor, yes. Yeah.
So love to have her on the show too.
Yes.
But she reached out, no?
She did, yes. She was asking about some input about leadership and having like more respect and stuff, because it's being a woman in the trades and stuff, right? And I love it. Like, shout it to me anytime, like no matter who it is just, it's tough, it's intimidating, but it's good having a group of people that understand it and are going through it or been through it, and we all got to stick together, right? At the end of the day, we're a team, we're a family.
That's right.
Yeah.
One big community.
That's right.
No, and I love that people are reaching out to you, and I love that you're open to, providing them with information to make them feel comfortable, because I know she just started her business as well, and I'm sure she's going to have employees or already has employees, and she wants to know how to manage them and lead them in a way where people take them seriously.
Definitely, yes.
You talked about leadership.
Yep.
And you've taken that role on with TMC Masonry. Yep. Walk me through that, because you were not a foreman at the other outfit.
Every now and again, just like for vacation people or whatever, but it was just dipping my toes in it. Yeah. It was like a week here, there or whatever, but
how was it jumping right into that role, literally, with TMC Masonry?
Honestly, it was very, again, intimidating, but I was also super excited, because there's a part of me that knew I could thrive in this position. I just needed the opportunity to do it. And I don't know if, I just didn't have it where I was. And now I'm here and I had an opportunity. I'm like, I'm grasping it and I'm going to take it, because I know my skill. I know my worth. I know how hard I can. And I'm good with people. I think that's a good thing too. You
certainly are.
Is just reading people and knowing where certain people are stronger or weaker, and where they can grow. And I always knew I had that skill, and I just wanted to thrive with it. And I have been, and I've been it's obviously the past year I've been with you, there's been some highs and lows, but that's all part of it, right?
That's life.
Yeah. And it's like you guys always say about a soccer team or NBA team. It takes time for everyone to kind of get their groove and get their momentum going, and we'll get there. And we already are there. It's just, it gets better.
Absolutely. Yeah. You are essentially the coach to your team.
Yeah.
And, I know your team respects you, because at TMC Masonry, we have 4 other crews, and you manage one crew so well. And
thank you.
It's nice because it does relieve stress, any unnecessary stress from myself, which I appreciate that so much. You don't even know. But it's important that, that the team respects you and obviously understands your role and takes direction when you give direction.
Yes.
So I have so much respect for you.
Thank
you don't
you,
even
Tyler.
know. It's
I have you to thank for it. You're giving me the opportunity to do it, right?
And I knew you were the right person. You are so sociable. Yeah. People love you. So already, you need to be sociable. You need to have great communication skills, leadership skills. And I know you're working on that too.
I am. I'm so excited.
I know you're reading a lot.
I am.
So that's important because investing in yourself is the best investment that you can make.
Yep.
And you're on the same frequency as myself, as Eddie is over there. We're all on that same path, and it's so important.
Very.
So were you reading prior to taking on that leadership role? Were you investing a lot into yourself? No. And what was it that kind of made you make that jump there into personal growth, personal development?
I think it's more or less with the crews you get, you don't know who you're you really don't know somebody until you're working with them 10 hours plus a day.
That's right.
And then you kind of get to know everyone's personalities. You get to understand where they come from, what's their reasoning, what their drive is, motivation, right? And so I'm like working with all these guys and girls, and I just want to figure out more of like how I can help them grow. I want to figure out how I can help myself grow into asking them better questions, or just helping them grow in any possible way, even myself. And then I was like, you know what? I can do better. I can always do better. But starting that position really gave me like the kick in the ass to learn more about development of myself and others that I work with, especially managing, definitely managing. But it's more or less for me to help people grow and myself mainly. But I didn't read prior to this.
Yeah.
No.
Kudos to you, because at the end of the day, I'll always say this, and I'm sure you've heard this: leaders are readers.
Yes.
And I know you're reading a book by John Maxwell.
Yes.
And that guy's a leadership guru.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah.
You know, you're investing in yourself, because at the end of the day, Felisha, it's you versus you anyways. And you really got to understand that, because the more you invest in yourself, it's just going to ripple into everything you do in life. And that's why I've been doing it.
Yeah.
So when I got started in business, that's not really when I started reading. It was prior. We got involved in like network marketing and stuff like that. And they're big on personal growth. And that's when it all started for me. But I realized that is the recipe to success. That's what, if you ask any successful person, they'll tell you the exact same thing that we're having this conversation about right now.
Yep.
So that's what's cool, that seeing you taking part of that, because I already noticed a difference. So
really, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I know you got some new books, and I'm sure that library is going to continue to grow.
Yeah, that's gonna be my whole wall in my house.
yeah, and I know you've also made some changes when it comes to health as well, and what you're eating.
Massive difference.
What's that
in the
looking
year.
like right now?
Incredible.
Yeah,
totally. Like, if I can get right into it, I just totally cut meat. I cut eggs. I cut more veggies, more exotic fruit, I'm just opening my horizons to new stuff. And man, the energy, I can't believe the energy of how I'm feeling. It's like I get more of a high off that. And then I work out after I get home from work. I read. I try to read at least like a chapter a night. Even it's not much,
because you have more energy.
That's right. And I can't, it's unbelievable how amazing in a year I've changed. Like just everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too. And I have you guys by my side. It's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
One thing I got to mention quickly to all the viewers who are watching, we did not plan the outfit today, but we are wearing the exact same fucking thing today.
We are.
I love that.
Yeah.
Give me one of these.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I was just like, yo, we're literally wearing the exact same thing.
Your hair looks better than mine though.
Fuck off. No, it doesn't. One more thing I wanted to ask you too is, how is it driving a Tesla into work every day?
Oh my God. Honestly,
Elon Musk would be so proud.
He won't be proud of this answer, but I do miss my 3500 Cummins diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I know you do.
I really do.
Because when you heard mine, I could see your face. I could see like tears coming down.
It's the sound. It's just everything, man. The power, I do miss it. I went from...
The Tesla doesn't make any noises?
It farts. It does toot. But no, it's night and day, man. I love the car. I do. But I do regret getting rid of my truck.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe TMC might be throwing out a nice Foreman vehicle one of these days. And... you know, now that the owner is listening, he's gonna remember this whole Dodge conversation. So
no, not it's a good thing, but
no, that's cool though.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people obviously see you roll up in the Tesla, you get out, work clothes on, hard hat on, let's go, managing the whole crew. They're like, yo, who is this girl?
Dude, the looks are comical.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you looking at?
I love
work
that.
hard. This is what you get, man.
Absolutely.
Right? It's just
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So before we close off the show, I'd like to go through some questions.
All right.
Nothing outrageous, but we're going to start with the first one. What's the most bizarre thing that you've ever seen on any job, any project? That can be with TMC or that can be with prior outfits as well.
Bizarre as in like...
Bizarre, crazy, whatever. Like,
okay.
You know?
So back in the old company, let's just say we're putting a corner post up and then all of a sudden, hold the post, Felisha, hold the post. And then he's like, okay, put the level on it. And then it's level. And then he's like, okay, look up again. Look up. Ball sacks are out.
Come on!
Dude, nuts. Irishman nuts just hanging out there. I'm like, are you kidding me? The things I have to deal with is unbearable. Oh, bizarre too is definitely
That's fucking awesome.
porta potties.
Okay. Yo, how is it being a woman going into those things?
My face says it all.
That's a lot of power squatting, no?
Dude, yeah, or nesting. You put a little nest.
Nesting?
Yeah, you know, you're standing all day. You just want to
Mama
sit a
bird
little
needs
bit.
to take a shit.
That's right. That's right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but
Yo,
yeah,
you're at the top of the list right now. From all the other guests, you're at the top of the list
boy.
right now. That is fucked up shit. Ball sacks and
Man.
nesting and porta potties. That's
we see it all. We see it all.
You want it, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
If you could have worked alongside any historical figure, dead or alive, who would it be? And what's the first question you'd ask them?
Oh my God, historical figure.
Yeah, dead or alive. It could be anyone. Doesn't even have to be in the trades.
Oh my God, dude, that's a loaded question. I have no idea.
Yeah,
you guys should prep me for this stuff.
Because I liked what one of the last guests said, and it would to be just with the true artisans of back in the like 1800s. And,
that's a good one.
You know, with the cathedrals. Imagine that. Just imagine.
Like the Rome buildings and stuff, yeah.
Because we look at those and we're like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
Like there was no telehandlers. There was no
Pyramids,
like,
everything. Yeah, that's nuts.
Crazy,
Makes
right?
you wonder. Really makes you wonder.
So I'm sure you wouldn't mind being next to one of those guys and being able to pick their brain.
Be fascinating, 100%.
Right?
I do have to second that guy that would have said that then, because I never thought about this.
Right?
That's a
Crazy.
deep question.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's a lot of historical figures out there, regardless who it is. Like, you know, even you like reading the books that you're reading now. It could even be like, you know, I would love to sit in front of John C. Maxwell and pick his brain about leadership. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
That's true. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. So next question is, what's a habit or routine that you've adopted recently that's made a positive difference in your day-to-day life?
Definitely what we just talked about.
I was going to say, we
Definitely.
just literally touched on that.
Yeah, so definitely health, taking care of yourself, reading more, learning more, just better opportunity for yourself and others.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I respect that because that's,
you.
I'm on the same path,
Yeah,
girl.
man, that's right.
Quit drinking. I don't even know how long it's been.
Yeah.
If since December 31st, that was the last time I consumed alcohol.
Good for you, man. Congrats.
It's life-changing, literally life-changing. I'm not even that's not exaggerating. So what's the most memorable piece of advice that you've ever received and how was it influenced in your decisions that you make today?
I think one of the most, can you say that again? It's more,
Yeah, what's the most memorable piece of advice that you've ever received?
just work hard.
Yeah.
Work hard, don't give up, and good things will come.
And how's that been working out for you?
It's been working, definitely.
It's
definitely been working.
That's what I thought. So that's some good fucking advice.
Yeah, definitely.
If you could teleport anywhere on this planet, where would you go and what would you do there? I like that question.
That is a good one.
I know it's a big world we live in.
I think I would like to do like Greece. Definitely Greece or something.
Mykonos
because
or-
yeah, and the culture, the atmosphere of how things are so much better and stronger there compared to like Ontario. You know, like
Agreed.
It's definitely stronger. How the quality, yeah, just the environment. I think would be awesome. Greece, yeah.
Cool. So reflecting on this year and into last year as well, what's been like your biggest accomplishment?
Ooh, definitely self-growth. But that's also thanks to you and your company and what we're doing here. But working with people, and it's honestly, how can I even put it to words? It's more or less working on yourself and seeing that change, and then you helping others, seeing them change. It's very rewarding. It is very rewarding, and I love it. And it's only going to get better.
Feel proud.
You do. Yeah, you take pride in what you do, and it makes it more worth it waking up every morning and hustling for 10 hours and doing it on end and just enjoying what you do.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
And I know how passionate you are about this industry. So
I am.
I love that about you. So last question here. Our mission, as you're aware in our preliminary conversation, we kind of discussed this, is basically to inspire the younger generation, the next generation to, you know, welcome them into this industry, into this community, into the blue collar network. So with that being said, how could you help them recognize the rewarding potential that lies here?
That's a really good question. I think the best bit of advice I can give for the younger generations coming in is, I know it seems tough. It seems like a very hard job, but it is worth it. It is very worth it. Like, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Don't be afraid to beat yourself up and then totally grow from that, because in the end, it's definitely worth it. The discipline, the hard work, it doesn't seem like it at the time, but it definitely comes through. It does.
And you're such an example of that.
Yes. And that's basically what I'm kind of going off as my past with all of it, right? So
for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, all the viewers at home who are watching this, like, Felisha has absolutely killed it. And like I said, she's been an example of this, and I've been watching you grow literally 13 years ago.
I know.
13 years ago. I watched this woman grow to the woman that she is today. So I have so much respect for you, Felisha.
Yeah. Thank
and
you.
I know you know that, and I will say this every fucking day, seriously.
And you know I have respect for you too, because same thing.
I
Look
know
where
that.
you've come, man. Like,
you know, you give respect, and obviously you expect that respect back, and
100%.
you definitely, I feel that. I do feel it. I feel it here. I feel it in my heart.
Yep, me too,
I
man.
definitely feel it.
Yep.
And Felisha, thank you so much for being a part of the Masons conversation, sitting here with me, having this amazing conversation.
No, thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
Kudos.
Dad.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.